I'm going to be extremely transparent and honest about what the plans are for the coming future. I want to tell stories. The stories that I used to grow up in my childhood that examine a wide array of things. Not just something to make me feel good in the moment or something that we just do because I need money and the process is just easy. I want to tell a story that kind of reaches time. Okay, too broad of a statement. That reaches for all time. Many generations will understand, or a certain generation will understand, but the lessons are there for anybody, everybody at that time. Which, I'll admit, will be very hard, but it's something that I want to do. I don't want to go the traditional route of how everyone's doing everything, because in my honest opinion, though people are trying something different and new all the time, it's always the one thing. It's like they're known for the one thing and that's it. And it seems very 2D to me. Very flat and not well rounded. I mean, we're triangle, square like, pentagon type people. I'm making shit up, but that's how I see us. We have many different sides to us. We can be multi-sided and multifaceted in many ways, but we choose not to. For my inspirations, I always looked up to Donald Glover. I know people think that he's weird sometimes, and sometimes I agree on that, but he's also a very talented person who didn't just look at one thing and said, I want to do one thing. Like, I get that he wants to make shit dope, and it requires effort to make everything dope, and that's kind of how I want to be. It's like, how could you only want to make just one thing and only make that one thing? You can do it really well, that is true, and if it's really well executed and you worked your hardest to make that one thing very well executed, that's true. But in my mind, this is how I was wanting to envision it. Like, if I want to tell a story, cool, but will that story have something else connected to it? Will it connect to a certain thing? Will it mix together? Because I want to be more of like a reflection of how I see life, because life is a lot of shit coming together and mixed out to affect so many different people, but it always seems like it's just one thing, or sometimes it seems like it's two things, but it's a bunch of things and it's affecting everybody. It's just we don't really know it. It's somewhat the butterfly effect, or it's a coincidence, or it's just us doing shit. But I want that kind of encumbersome in the story. Like, I want people to know that, like, when I'm trying to make something, I want to make something in different ranges and different volumes. And at this point, I guess I'm tired of waiting for something to be perfect, because I'm not perfect. I don't think really anyone is. And to assume that anything is perfect, it just feels like blasphemy, bullshit, a waste of time. So to live up to the ideals that I have and the ideals I want to set forth, I want to create something of my own. And I'll get it if people don't understand it at first. I don't expect you to, but I expect people to at least, I guess, try to take a look at it, judge it for your own merit, and not just have anyone else determine it for you, because that's how you know if you really fuck with it or not. And in some kind of ways, we might have lost that, but I know better, so I'm gonna do better. I realize that certain things aren't for me. I tried it a bunch of times, and at this point it feels like I'm just distracting myself with it. I realize that everything I'm trying to do is not for the sake of money, but for the sake of, I guess, maybe the future or the next generation. But in my pursuit of trying to do that, I lost focus and only focused on the future, and that's not what this is about. So I decided to make a pact in life and realize that the now is really important, because because it is the greatest gift that any one of us can ever have. The fact you woke up today is a blessing, and thank Yahweh, Allah, God up above that we have it. And I wish more people would see it that way sometimes, and I know some people do, but I want that to be like a major thing when it comes down to it. So to state what's going on, this is my first year doing this. I know it's a long ass intro, but I just want to get my thoughts clear and concise out the way. But the first thing I'm doing this year is I'm making, air quotes included, content. By content is I'm making random videos, robot chicken style, that either can tell a message if you look between the lines or not. 2, I'm going to try hand at storytelling and script writing, so I can write at least somewhat of a skits or whatnot, or write like a little passage for a short film or something like that. And I'm going to be learning animation to the best of my ability. It's out there, so I got no choice. It could take some time, but that's how I want this stuff to go. Last but not least, I want to give a little dabble at, I used to make music, so it's not that big of a deal, but I guess that's songwriting again. But I'm used to, I was doing that for the wrong reasons, and that kind of held me back on certain stuff because I was trying to impress people instead of just making it for the fun of it, or making it because you care about it. And that's one thing I do care when it comes to storytelling, is I care about the story, I care about the characters, I care what I'm trying to say outside of it, and I want the world or the thing encompassed in it to really revolve around that, to tell a full and complete story. And at first, I really know I might be bad at it, might not be as good, but through time, I'll be better. My initial goal was to like to be some kind of great, but you can't be great at everything. But if I work my hardest, I can at least achieve some sort of greatness out of this. And hopefully by the end of this, if everything, doesn't implode or bullshit its way up or whatever the fuck's going on with this country right now, hopefully something cool will come out of it. And if not, I'll try in a different country. My goal is right now is to continue to keep working at something different, because I want to try to see how far I can go and put all my effort into something, because for the longest I haven't. And if it seems like I'm treating this as therapy, cool, you got it, I got it, probably am. Either way, you probably won't see my face because I don't believe that's really important. And if you do see my face, it's probably because something happened, or I just decided one day something hit differently. But of all honesty, I believe that for right now, I'm just trying to make something that I feel is cool, make something awesome, make something to the best of my ability, so that when it comes out, it comes out with the most authentic, honest version of what it could be. Because if I've learned anything from all this past decade of just how storytelling has been, that there's a plethora of stories out there, and there's so much adventure out there, and I wish more people would notice it, but it's hard because it's saturated. And through that saturation, you either have to be unique or different or something else, or yada yada yada, but more importantly, that you have to be honest. No bullshit, no play ups, just honest. That's something we need a lot more. So this is long, very very long, about almost 10 minutes, so I'm stopped there. I also want to keep things short because I'm tired of things just being dragged on all the time, but I had a little bit of confession here, so I dragged on a bit. My bad. Either way, have a good one, have a nice one. I'll see you guys later.